Hello, my name's Gillian Kendall and I'm the lead careers advisor for the School of Engineering. I'm just going to take about 5 or 10 minutes just to show you how to access CareerEDGE, our career system, and how this will be able to benefit you within your school. CareerEDGE can be found on Blackboard. You will need to You'll need to look for the careers logo, and that is on Blackboard. If you click on that, put in your student username and password, you will then come into our CareerEDGE page. If you can't find CareerEDGE via Blackboard, then please go onto our careers page. If you Google careers and you scroll down to the bottom of our web page, you will then see a big massive icon that will say CareerEDGE, and you can log on there using the same process, putting in your student username and password. So I'm going to go to a few points now that I feel within the School of Engineering are going to be really useful for yourself. First things, this is our dashboard, and we'll talk about these different drop down menus a little bit later. But first of all, I want to take you to your specific schools page. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you can see these different boxes, and if you click on this one, you will then be able to access the specific schools page for your school. So whilst it takes time to upload, this is something that was new to the career system as of last year. So it's been updated all the time with new information and resources. So if you click on the lady who had the yellow heart hat on, then that is for the School of Engineering and Construction. So if you go into this area here, then that will tell you about myself as a careers advisor, and also as well about the careers team and how you can make an appointment with myself. If you click in here, it'll tell you about what options are available to you with the particular degree that you're doing. This will then take you to a quick link, so then you can search for jobs, and also it then in here will then tell you about transferable skills that we feel are applicable to the job market at the moment, and about a different survey that was conducted and said what they're looking for with regards to current graduates. So obviously that is something that is useful for you to have a look at. If you then scroll further down, there is then a section about what the future might look like, and then there is a section that says about different careers resources. So in here it's about different webinars that I've conducted, also different presentations that have taken place on campus, not just from myself but from others, and then also a website that I've currently created, which says about different websites that you can go on to start to have a look for work. So it's split up into like general graduate recruitment, and these, when I've put graduate recruitment, it's also as well for placements and for internships. Then these company websites, it's more so thinking about going on there directly and having a look if there's any graduate schemes, internships or placements, and maybe even creating a speculative application to these particular organisations. So then there's also recruitment agencies that might be useful to yourself, and any particular industrial bodies, as well as areas that you might just want to search with regards to further study. So like I say, that's a particular resource that's been created only just recently, and hopefully you'll find that as a useful starting point. So I'll just go back and show you how you can then access that again. You scroll down to the bottom of the page, click onto schools career pages, and then you click on this one here with the lady with the hard hat who's on the phone. So the next area I'm going to take you to is this popular tools. If you've currently got a CV and you want it reviewed, you can click on this icon, you can upload your CV, and a careers advisor would then critique your CV and would aim to give you feedback within 3 working days. If you've not compiled a CV and you don't even know where to start, then you can then click on this CV builder, and that will then start the process rolling for yourself. A lot of big organisations and even medium enterprises, medium companies, are then starting to use application tracking systems, which is basically computer technology picking out whether you will then go on to the next process within the recruitment. If you click on there, you can upload your CV, and then it can then check over your CV, and it gives you instant feedback. I might have a CV up here that then you can have a look at. And then you can see that it gives a report. So I've put a CV in here, it's done 58 checks, it's passed 49, but it's actually failed those 9, and it's given 84%. You can then go in there for feedback, and it will then give you a critique of the layout and the content of your CV. So again, going back to the homepage and popular tools. With a lot of applications, a covering letter is really essential. So again, this can be really tricky to think what you need to put into your covering letter. That's then different to what's in your CV. That cover letter builder will then help with that. This interview simulator is a really, really useful tool. You can create a mock interview in the comfort of your own home. As long as you've got audio and visual apparatus on your tablet or computer, you can then conduct a mock interview. You can set your own questions, or you can let one take place that then is going to be picked for you from the computer, and then you can then watch yourself back and see how then you perform. You can go in here as well and browse questions. It might be that you're not even going to do a mock interview, but you might want to look at some questions that you might be asked. So this says about openers, ones that maybe you might be asked that are then about you, company specific questions, role specific, etc., etc. So you can then look at these questions, pick it out, and then see what recruitment organisations, HR personnel, what they have said with regards to the do's and don'ts with answering those questions. And you can then watch a video about their feedback and the way to actually handle the interviews. So like I say, that is the browse questions, and you can go in and do the mock interview, which is really straightforward, that you can then do a custom one. You can there'll be one that's pre-built, so you can do that. But if you want to custom build one, you just literally click on 8 questions that you want to then be asked. You press done, and then you then go ahead and record yourself. So hopefully you'll find that really useful. I think it is. As far as careers, we do also offer a mock interview, which currently is being conducted over Teams. But when we're back onto campus, then that is going to be face to face. So that's really the next step after then you've been onto the interview simulator. If you're going to be going to an assessment centre, generally we find that preparing for the assessment centre is key. So this takes about half an hour to go through and find out about assessment centres, what they're about, what to expect, how you should put yourself across, etc. So there's different information in here and short little activities, but again it gives examples of the different companies. So for example, if you wanted to apply to Barclays, and it'll then tell you about their assessment centre and different information about their grad schemes and the company as a whole, which can be interesting and useful for interview. We will then go back to aptitude tests. These can be part of an assessment centre, and there's different examples in there that you can then practice. You might want to perfect your elevator pitch for when you're going into interview, and again you can then go into this elevator pitch and it will create that 60-second summary for you. Again, there's tabs here about looking for work and obviously searching for jobs. Those are ones that have come into our careers system, and also different useful search engines, but also industry reports and company directory bring up a list of different organisations that will be useful to you in your search. Lastly, on CareerEDGE, you can then go in to do different various assessments about your strengths, which could help you with regards to your CV and knowing what your motivations are with regards to then going into interview, and then also about the temperament, about then how you understand how you prefer to interact with others and your learning style. So all these can help when you're thinking about your employability. So really that's the last tab on there, and a brief overview about what CareerEDGE can offer you. The last thing, if then you feel you want to talk further about your career, you want a mock interview, you want your CV critiqued, different things like that, then I would suggest that you make an appointment, and this can then be done on the book one-to-one appointment. If you go in there and then you want to then click on myself, my name, then obviously do so. If I'm on leave or I'm not in work or you can't get an appointment, then obviously the other careers advisors will be happy to help and they'll be able to support you. So I hope that has been a good overview for you, and you found that that's been really useful for you. Like I say, if you need any other help or support, you can then contact Careers on by telephoning 01772 895858, or you can email us at careers@uclan.ac.uk. Thank you very much for listening.